It's been a wee while since my last rant. Apologies for that. I've been down and out with a bout of COVID and sounding a bit Kermit the Froggy. So I'm nearly 100% again, ready to continue with my musings on everything UK politics. In my absence, there's been some big developments regarding Partygate. And we are only a couple of videos in and I've already been completely proven wrong. No surprise there. I'm of course referring to the latest batch of fines that were doled out for the Westminster parties. And lo and behold, Boris Johnson and Rishi Sunak were amongst them. I was absolutely certain that Boris's indiscretions were going to get swept under the rug yet again, as the guy is seemingly Teflon, but man, I was way off. The fact that our Prime Minister has now been exposed to have knowingly lied to Parliament, and is the only sitting PM in history to be convicted of a criminal offence while in office, you'd think that would be grounds for an instant resignation, wouldn't you? But who are we kidding? Both Boris and Rishi have publicly stated that they don't plan to resign from post. And many of Boris's detractors in the party, including spineless football referee Douglas Ross, have decided that they don't think Boris should go after all. Of course, the common theme here is being that there's a war going on, blah blah blah, cost of living crisis, blah blah blah, and it would be dangerous to change leadership during such times. Now, I guess we shouldn't expect the people occupying the highest posts in our country to have a firm grasp of history. I mean, because if they actually look in their history books, they'll see that World War II, Neville Chamberlain made way for Winston Churchill during a conflict that we were actually actively participating in. So now that we know that this is a complete bullshit excuse, then what's the real reason? Well, it's the same reason he hasn't been removed sooner. There's a severe lack of talent in the current government. In fact, there's a severe lack of talent in the UK political scene as a whole. The simple fact is, out of 359 MPs on the government's benches, not a single one of them is more electable than Boris Johnson. Now think about that for a second. That's terrifying. 359 people, and you can't find someone more suitable than that oaf, clown, whatever you want to call him. Cheating, lying, dickhead, whatever. Looking forward to Parliament returning from the recess tomorrow. I expect we'll get the classic Boris non-apology. He might even correct the record and set it straight, although that would probably be a first in his tenure. Then it'll be business as usual, the usual bluster, non-answering questions, blah blah blah. I just don't see enough Tory MPs submitting letters to trigger a no confidence vote. And I don't see Labour trying to trigger one anyway, because the Tories will rally around the leader, especially if it was Labour that was to trigger the vote. So we're back to square one with Boris getting a much needed let off till at least the outcome of the local elections. And to be honest, I don't really even see that making a blind bit of a difference either. Yes, they'll get a hammering. Yes, they'll lose councillors, but let's be honest, they'll just chalk that up to, mid-term dissatisfaction. So it now looks like Boris will be contesting the next general election in 2024 or whenever it happens. And make no mistake, he could actually win. Labour's gains in the polls haven't been as large as they should be, and Starmer, although a very competent politician, he has the personality of a soggy kipper. To me, personality should be the last thing we look for in a leader. Competence should be held in higher regard. But unlike too many of the British public, I treat politics a little more seriously than an episode of I'm a Celeb. But I get it. I'm the exception rather than the rule. As always, thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe and comment if you've got anything to add. Catch you next time. Cheers.